Hey everybody, I'm Not Great, and welcome to my review for Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. This is a game developed by Livewire and AdGlobe, and published by Binary Haze Interactive. Quick summary of the game: it is a Metroidvania-style game with action RPG elements and an incredible aesthetic, with some, eventually, incredibly sad undertones. Quick feelings on the game: it is a solid gaming experience with developing lore, like lore that develops in stages, and great pacing. I never once felt the need to grind levels in this game, because the way that the game plays out, if you engage with the levels and you engage with the content, you're not going to have to worry about it. You progress very naturally, at least if you play like I played. And it felt comfortable. I know that's kind of weird to say, but the pacing felt comfortable for a game that otherwise has some pretty high stakes and enemies that deal an awful lot of damage. Graphics-wise, it's a hand-drawn visual aesthetic with great lighting effects and some pretty solid visual effects too. Now, this is a 2D Metroidvania, so you're not expecting hyper-realism or anything like that, but the art style I thoroughly enjoyed. A little bit simple as far as the animations go, but it's nothing to sneeze at. It didn't pull away from the experience. That's just what the aesthetic is, and I very much enjoyed it. Sound-wise, the score for this game is superb. It is highly atmospheric, makes you feel involved, like inserted into the levels and the areas that you explore. Sound effects are pretty standard though. If you hit something, it goes clang, or boom, or brown, or whatever. It makes the sounds that it's supposed to, but it's the background music that really ties the sound experience together for me. Gameplay-wise, Ender Lilies has a very solid structure that is based, in my opinion, is based off of the same kind of experience that you get from Dark Souls games or from Software Souls games. So you have a variety of weapons in the form of souls that you can use. Some of them you can use infinitely, most of them have limited uses. So you have to balance out your infinite skills versus your finite skills. But even with that, you can pick up some finite skills that have a ton of uses on them. But to play the game properly, you're going to have to balance between your melee attacks, which generally you can use ad infinitum, and your projectile and other special attacks, which will have a limited number of uses. Now, you can accentuate this and change this a little bit with certain relics that you find and equip in the game. You can increase the number of uses, you can reduce cooldowns, things like that. But no matter what, no matter how you play, you're going to have a playstyle in this game. You just have to find the souls that appeal to the way that you play the most. Some of my favorite moments from the game were uncovering the actual story of the game. The overarching story is that you're a little girl, and you have a companion spirit. There's this thing called the Blight that's kind of contaminated the world, and you want to purify it. There is a story underneath that story that you start to realize as you play through the game and find like hidden notes and things like that I really enjoyed uncovering. Going from like, oh, okay, we have a quest and we have an objective, to, oh, I see. So much fun for me. Also, finding the secrets, like the secret items that you can pick up, the secret notes, entering areas prematurely. I love being able to do that. I just love going into a place where I shouldn't be and tearing things up. Some of my least favorite moments: there are some convoluted secrets that you have to have just the right combination of skills and relics and spirits equipped. I think maybe like 3 or 4 out of the 50 or however many total there are were like that, and that's a little bit grating for me. I think solutions don't need to be obvious, but they shouldn't be quite that convoluted. Also, there is an entire area of the map that is filled with poison water and poison gas. It essentially gives you an exploration timer, especially the first time that you're there. Not a big deal. You can always come back later when you have more health or more healing or more mobility and take it. You can deal with it. I just don't like having an exploration timer when I do things. It's only for that one area, so it's not terrible. But it's stress that I don't need in my life. Overall, I would give Ender Lilies Quietus of the Nights a 4.5 out of 5 for a score. It wasn't really lacking anything. It was just shy of a perfect experience for me, and I hope it'll be the same for you. So that's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. Do what you will with it. This has been an incredible experience. Overall, I think I've played this game for, let's see, we did about 10 hours or so. So, yeah, nice, solid gameplay. Great to look at, great to play. All around a recommendation. If you're into Metroidvanias or action RPGs, throw this one in your library. You won't regret it. Have a good one.